This project was very interesting because I got to work with two different types of girls, Serenity and Marcy, and how they approached it was really cool, but they also had very different likes and dislikes, so the project ended up morphing a lot more than I anticipated, but it actually made it better in the process because we had different ideas that came up later than we normally would have. It does present a challenge because both the girls couldn't always agree, but they definitely handled the video and the drawing aspects of the animation quite well, and they really liked the idea of creating something in a process instead of just all at once.
This is what we learned today. We need to go slow when we're doing.
Yeah. Okay, Marcy, what did you learn?
Also, we need to take our time.
Okay. So what are we gonna do next class?
We're gonna do a little bit more detail, but not too much detail.
Okay. Marcy, what are we gonna do next class? What are we starting to work on Tuesday?
Our animals.
Yeah.
And
We're starting the story on Tuesday. Okay, so that's our goals. Are we excited?
Yes, we're gonna start it with my ship coming in, and then Blackbeard's ship kind of coming in because there's fog. Yeah.
And then Marcy and her awesome dolphin Squeaks are gonna show up. Okay? Awesome!
Today we started our stop screen thing on Jesse's phone,
Yeah.
and we did it we did it first. We called it the punch, and we did it like a cannibals, and we did it by Serenity and Marcy.
Did you like what we were drawing?
Yes.
Okay. Marcy, how about you? What did you have fun with today?
what I had fun with today is that we took our time, and that when we took our time, we had a lot done, and it really looks good.
Yeah? Okay, what do we want to work on for tomorrow? So both get into... What do we want to work on for tomorrow?
We want to work on the next part where the story actually begins. This is just like the beginning.
Okay.
Like where he fails and then we he finds the map
Yeah.
and yeah.
What do you want to work on?
Well, I don't know.
Okay, so it's still in
I
progress.
think the best part about this was the girls' ability to be able to draw and morph and handle something that a lot of times grade 4s would actually find a little bit daunting. So I thought they did a really great job with that, and I was really impressed at how much initiative they took on trying to create something that they couldn't necessarily see the final project of.
Blackbeard finding the treasure map, the volcano erupting, and the map, it shakes and the lava is spilling out, and then they have to escape off the island.
And Blackbeard is going. While Blackbeard is coming, he's just going to walk past. He's not going to even see the volcano. But when he's coming back, the volcano's gonna erupt, and they're going to run. And Blackbeard's going to drop the treasure, and he's going to run back away.
Awesome. Are you guys excited about this project?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been having fun?
Yes.
Yeah, what's your favorite part?
Drawing.
Drawing?
Drawing.
Drawing too?
I would have been able to like a little bit more color and to create maybe more in-depth characters and take it a little bit longer. I think the hard part for me was that you have 2 to 3 people drawing because sometimes I would help. So how do you manage that with creating the same
So what did
product?
we do today?
Today we finished the rest of our story, and me and Marcy and Serenity, we got the treasure, and Blackbeard lost.
Yeah? Do you like the video? Do you think stop motion's pretty cool?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you like drawing and then using technology? Yeah, it was fun? Is there anything you would have done differently? No, you like it? All
I
right.
am really happy with how this project turned out. I had a lot of fun, and the girls did too. I got to get to know them, and that was the biggest part about it, and I'm happy that we got to do this type of project. There were a lot of things that I wish I would have or I could have done with my Mike Mountain Horse project. I would like to use it as an exemplar for the basis of the rest of this unit, but also I would have made a lot of changes and I would have done a lot of things differently. The images that you're seeing right now are really interesting because they're an animation within animation, and the unit that I would like to use for new media is animation. I would have liked to start off with history of animation and probably made it for a higher grade level, such as grade 8. Technology is something that grade 8s use on a regular basis, but I don't think they think about it the same way that they do when they have to use a program such as DragonFrame or an editing program or a storyboard program. So I would have liked to start off with the history of animation so that they would have had some sense of what they can do or what has been done before. Next, I would have liked to go on to flipbooks. Flipbooks were kind of the start of animation, and they're pretty close to the stop animation, which is what I had done with my Mike Mountain Horse project. So that's the exemplar for what you can do within a few classes with the stop animation. Lesson 3, I would have liked to done a stations type thing where students can explore different animation such as string animation, clay animation, that kind of thing, so that they're using different softwares and they're also not restricted to one certain media. So they're not just restricted to drawing or string. They can actually have their own choice and see what they really enjoy. Lesson 4, I would have liked to do storyboarding and have them look at Disney, Pixar, and different ways that these popular animation companies create storyboards. So that's something to get the students a little bit interested and have a context with how they can create stories. Lesson 5, I would have liked to be planning and creation. That would be building the sets, filming their planned animation based off their storyboards, creating characters, that kind of thing. So they would get to use different uh, technologies such as Lego Movie Maker and that kind of thing to create these backgrounds and characters that they would like to use. Post-production would be lesson 6, and I would like them to use DragonFrame or a different type of editing software. This would involve several classes where the students would get used to the program that they're using, the editing process, and this is where new media and teaching students how to use new media is very important. Lesson 7 would be the final critique, and the students will present their animation to the class. They will peer grade, so they will fill out a critique, and a question that I'd like them to answer is describe ways in which you use the skills found in your unit in your future career or as a future artist. So how can they use what they learned in the future? Some of the outcomes that I'm looking at are, for lesson 2, let's say drawings, students will be able to record images and simple units. So recording a change or movement, such as the animation that you're seeing right now while I'm speaking. Composition, students will explore the transformation of form in composition, progression, alteration, and exaggeration. So the concept of change over time can be expressed through drawings. Another one that I found really interesting for the outcomes was students will experiment with techniques and media within complete compositions. So this really relates to new media and how we look at a composition, what we need to add, what we need to subtract. The materials and equipment vary depending on the lesson. So some will involve more hands-on and the creation of that, and others will demand for technology-based materials. So what programs are they using and that kind of stuff. Assessment also depends on what they're doing. So the flipbook is the assessment for that would be the simple creation of the flipbook. For lesson 3, let's say for storyboarding, we'd want to see how they used the storyboard, did they stick with it, and that. So what I'm trying to do is show a progression of what animation can be and how technology can actually enhance art. So how does it create something that can be taken from a hand drawing to something that can be seen like what you had just saw while I was speaking? So how can we create this progression from what we can draw to what we can create on the computer? Thanks for listening.